What's going to happen for people that are trying to get work permits with pending asylum applications? In this video, we're going to talk about the latest change from USCIS. Stay tuned to learn more. In short, USCIS is trying to make it harder for people to get work permits if they have a pending asylum application or if they want to enter the US with asylum. I'll post a link down below that has this new policy advisory regarding work permits and asylum. USCIS titled this, USCIS rule strengthens employment eligibility requirement for asylum seekers. With this rule, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to do various things. The first thing, at the moment, as of early August, you qualify for a work permit if you have 180 days on your asylum clock. You can submit the application as of right now after having 80 days on your asylum clock. This new change is trying to change that, where you can submit that new asylum application after you have 365 days on your asylum clock. So basically from 6 months to a year, they want the wait time to change. This can impact people differently, but basically if you are an immigration court, you're submitting a defensive asylum application, this really hurts your case because a lot of the cases for individuals that have recently arrived into the US, the immigration court wants to reach a final decision within a year upon entry. So if you have to wait a year for your work permit, and then by the time you're eligible, you already have your last hearing, you have your trial, it may be that, you no longer qualify for a work permit. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know by liking this video. On top of that, if you're denied for asylum, and even if you appeal, because you have that denial with this new rule, it would mean that you would no longer be eligible for a work permit. So even if your case is going to be pending with the BIA, with the Board of Immigration Appeals, you wouldn't be eligible to get a work permit and work. You wouldn't be able to provide for yourself, to hire an attorney to assist you. I mean, it just creates a lot of different complications, Another big change that they want to do is that, at the moment, you can renew your work permit at the moment they're issued for 2 years. So let's say you've entered your asylum case for whatever reason has been pending for 6 years. You can get a work permit during that time. You renew it every 2 years. And if you're eligible, you don't have any criminal history, your case is still pending, you should still be eligible, and you'd be able to renew it for 2 years. This new change wants to limit it so that you can only get a work permit based on a pending asylum application for 2 years. So if your case takes 6 years, you'd only be eligible for a work permit for 2 years. The other 4 years, other 2 or 4 years, you might just have to fend for yourself. I have other videos up here discussing what you need to prove in order to win asylum, and also more of the requirements in depth in terms of what are the eligibility requirements for asylum cases. So if you want to learn more about that, watch these videos up here. Another big change that they want to do is that if you submit your asylum application 1 year after entering the US, you would no longer be eligible for a work permit. So even if you have a valid reason as to why you didn't submit it, maybe you were so traumatized that you couldn't even think during that year, you submitted it at 1.5 years because it was at that point that you got help, you got treatment, and now you could, function more so with that trauma. Under this new rule, you would no longer be eligible to get a work permit. And of course, there's various different implications as to what that means, not being able to have a work permit. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you and God bless.